Hey everyone, so in the following video, we'll talk about some of the blog page settings that we have to deal with. And essentially, let's head on over to the back end of our website. We'll go over to Pages and we'll click on Add New to create a new blog page. And we'll talk about some of the customization options that we have. So let's just go ahead and title this page as our new blog page. And over here, we'll add some just random text above title. And over here, we'll add text below title. Okay, next off, we'll scroll further down and select our page template, and we'll use blog posts. And as soon as we select blog posts, we have a number of options that show up when you select that page template. So first things first, we have the ability to select our sidebar, whether or not we want to have a right-aligned or left-aligned sidebar. If you select a sidebar, automatically you have additional options like selecting your sidebar, and you can also choose whether or not you want to have a sidebar here or not. So let's just go ahead and disable that, leave this at full width. Okay, and next off, we can select specific categories for our blog page. So if, for example, we select weddings, and let me just go over to our post categories, to all of our blog posts, just to give you a quick look into these categories here. So essentially, here are all of our categories, and within this count field, you can see how many blog posts are published within a specific category. So within the weddings category, we have only 4 blog posts. If we click on number 4, we'll be able to see all of the 4 blog posts published. Alright, so this can give you a better insight as to how you want to separate or categorize your blog pages. For example, if you wanted to just have a simple blog website and you wanted to break down your blog posts into a number of categories, or if you hover over blog, you want to have a drop down of weddings, families, boudoir, etc., etc., you can simply create various blog pages for every single category that you want to publish. So at this point, we'll just go ahead and select all because it has all of our blog posts. So next off, let's scroll further down and select our view type. So essentially here we have 7 view types to choose from. We have the list view. You can just enter the amount of posts you want to show per page, and then whether or not you want to show pagination type or infinite scroll. So you can select those options, yes or no. Next off, these other 4 options, they use the same type of layout. As you see here, we can also enter the amount of posts, the number of posts we want to show per page. Next off, we have gutter space in pixels. You can determine that gutter space. The gutter space, let me just kind of explain, is just this gap over here. So you can determine how many pixels you want to be in between the images. Next off, you can select the number of columns, and then enable or disable masonry, and then also show or not show our pagination type. So let me just go ahead and select the following view type, and we'll have our gutter space at 20 pixels. For select number of columns, we'll have it at 3. Enable masonry, let's leave that at no, and show pagination, yes. Alright, the other option that we have is to add a decorative image at the top of our page, which will be right above our title of the page. So let's go ahead and select our decorative image we want to add. I'll scroll down. I have several images to choose from here within our media library. So we'll take this image here, click on insert into page, and it will be added. Okay, and next off, let's go over these general page settings. We have the ability to display or hide our page title. So at this moment, I will want to showcase my page title because I'm adding this decorative image, and I'm also adding content above and below my page title. You can enable or disable social media sharing for this particular page, so I would disable that. And then you have the ability to enable or disable this widget area. which will appear right. Let me just close this right at the very bottom of the page over here. So whenever you select the following sidebar, actually it's not really a sidebar, it's more of a bottom bar, so to speak, you need to head on over to Appearance, go to Widgets, and here you have the ability to add content to the following sidebar, and then you can just enable that over here. So these are some of the basic settings you have to play around with. Of course, you can add a new sidebar if that would be required, but let's just disable this for now. And then you also have the ability to select a slideshow for the following page, and your slideshows are all added within the slideshow area over here. So let's just go ahead at this point and publish our page. Let's go ahead and click on View Page to see what we come up with. Alright, so as you see here, we have our decorative image, we have text above, text below our title, we have our new blog page, and then we have all of our blog posts. So yeah, this is I guess pretty much it in terms of the options you have to play around with within these particular settings of our blog page. Now remember, you can create multiple pages for your blog. You can categorize them as weddings, engagements, etc., and then just have them within the drop down of the navigation menu. And let's go ahead and talk about some of the other settings we have within the Flotheme options area. So before we jump into our Flotheme options area, what we'll need to do is head on over to our settings, click on reading, and over here we need to set our main blog page as the new page that we've just created. So we'll click here and select our new blog page. We'll click on Save Changes. And what this does, it activates all of the settings within the Flotheme area. So at this point, we can start making customizations to it. And let me just go ahead and refresh this page. You'll see that it looks differently from what it used to. You see that our page title changed. We have a different type of layout and so forth. So let's go ahead and talk about some of the options here. So first of all, we have this layout option. And there's really only one feature here, and it's related to your sidebar. So scroll down until you find front blog page, and here you're able to select your right hand or left hand sidebar that you want to add to your main blog page. Okay, so you're able to do that here. I'll just leave this at full width as I do not like sidebars. Next off, we have our content settings area that we need to look into. And here we need to select the type of layout we want to have for our main blog page. So as you see here, the options are pretty much the same. We have our list view, various grid views, and so forth. So if we go ahead and select list view, we also have the option of displaying or not displaying the excerpt text, which is a small preview text of your blog post. And then you can enable or disable the decoration image to show or not show. So let's go ahead and just click on Update Settings, and we'll select a list view type for our main blog page. We'll refresh this page. Okay, so here we have a list view. Here's a short snippet of text. And also another option that goes hand in hand with content settings is the image sizes area. And over here within this area, we're able to adjust our list view settings as well. So currently we have the settings to 1200 pixels wide, and our list view image height is at 700 pixels. So let's just go ahead and change this to 400, and we'll click on Update Settings. We'll go here to our page, we'll refresh it. Alright, and you'll see that our image is much smaller now. So you can make these adjustments within this area over here, within list view. Then we'll also have the option to adjust our grid view option. So let's go ahead and select just this grid view, and we'll click on Update Settings. Go here, refresh our blog page. So here we have this grid view, And let's go and adjust our thumbnails to, let's just say 300 pixels. We'll click on Update Settings. Go here and refresh this page once again. And you'll see that our images are much smaller now. Okay, and finally we also have an option here to adjust an additional thumb view where it's 50-50. And this is related to this specific layout over here. So if you select that layout, you'll be able to adjust the image size, the image width, and so forth within this area over here. Alright, so let's go ahead and select this, this view type. We'll click on Update Settings. So scrolling further down within our content settings, let's finish up with this. We have some of the archive listings that you can choose to select the view type for your archive listings for your blog posts. Here we have a blog archive thumbnail layout, and then you have some additional options like show post date information on grid views, and then we also have a related to video, playing video in Lightbox and so forth. So these are some options that you can play around with. And jumping into our image sizes real quick, once again, the only things that you need to adjust here related to the blog page specifically is the list view, the grid view, and the thumbnail view where it's 50-50. You can adjust the image height there. So these are some of the options you can play around with. Next off, we also have the ability to set our page titles, and let's just go over to back over to our Flothemes area, and we'll scroll down to titles. And over here you'll see that our main blog page title is called My Blog, and this is what it looks like over here. We have My Blog. Now technically you can change this to whatever you want. This can be Welcome to My Blog. Click on Update Settings, and let's go ahead and refresh our page. And here it says Welcome to My Blog. And now even though our page was initially called Our New Blog Page and our URL or our link says Our New Blog Page, you can still have a custom title to the blog page that you are creating. And then also within this titles area, we have several other options. For example, like your blog archives, sorry no posts found. Here you can have share post label and so forth. So these are some of the options or some of the labels and titles that you can play around with as well to help customize the website. But at this point, this is pretty much it in terms of the options that you have to customize your blog page. And I do hope this video helps, but feel free to check out our documentation if you have any questions. Thank you.